Listen, if you're over 60 and you've been quietly accepting changes in your intimate health as just part of getting old, I need you to stop right there, because what I'm about to share with you today could change everything. I'm Dr. Lena, and I've spent the last 12 years as a urologist working exclusively with men over 50. And in that time, I've seen thousands of men, good men, strong men, men who've lived full lives, walk into my office feeling embarrassed, frustrated, and honestly, a little hopeless. They come in thinking their intimate health is just done, finished, that this is their new normal and they just have to accept it. But here's what most men don't realize. The 3 most common mistakes men make after 60 aren't actually about aging at all. They're about habits, misunderstandings, things you're doing or not doing that are quietly sabotaging your body's natural ability to function the way it should. And the worst part? These mistakes are so subtle, so normal sounding, that most men don't even know they're making them. So before we go any further, do me a favor, hit that like button if you're ready to take control of your health again. Drop a comment and let me know where you're watching from. I love hearing from you. And if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do that now, because I share real, honest health advice for men like you every single week. Now, let's get into this. Here's the biggest myth I need to destroy right now. The idea that declining intimate health after 60 is inevitable. It's not. I'm going to be straight with you. Yes, your body changes as you age. Your testosterone levels shift. Your circulation isn't what it was at 30. Your energy dips. I get it. But here's the truth that nobody's telling you. Most of the decline men experience isn't because of age, it's because of what they've been told to accept. Let me explain. When you believe that something is just part of getting old, you stop questioning it. You stop looking for solutions. You stop taking action. And your body responds to that belief. It adapts. It slows down even more. But when you understand that many of these changes are reversible, controllable, and yes, even improbable, suddenly your body has permission to respond differently. I've had men in their late 60s, even early 70s, come back to me after just a few weeks of making simple changes and tell me they feel like they've gone back in time. Not because of some miracle pill, not because of expensive treatments, but because they stopped making the 3 mistakes I'm about to walk you through. So let me be clear. Your intimate health isn't over. It's just waiting for you to give it the right conditions to thrive again. And that starts with understanding what's been holding you back. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Dr. Narita, that sounds great, but is this really possible for someone my age? And I get it. You've probably tried things before. Maybe you've talked to doctors who brushed you off. Maybe you felt dismissed or embarrassed. Maybe you've even convinced yourself that wanting to feel vital and confident again is somehow inappropriate at your age. Let me stop you right there. In my 12 years working with men over 50, I've learned one universal truth. Your body is still capable of far more than you think. But you have to understand how it works. You have to understand what's helping it and what's quietly working against it. The 3 mistakes I'm about to share with you aren't rare. They're not unique to other guys. In fact, nearly every man I've worked with has made at least one of them. And most have made all 3 without even realizing it. But here's the good news. Once you know what they are, they're incredibly easy to fix. So let's stop wasting time. Let's get into the mistakes. And more importantly, let's talk about what you can start doing today to turn things around. Mistake number 3, ignoring your cardiovascular health like it's a separate issue. All right, let's start with the mistake that almost every man over 60 makes, and it's this. Treating your heart health and your intimate health like they're 2 completely different things. They're not. Let me explain why this matters so much. Your intimate function, everything from arousal to performance to satisfaction, depends almost entirely on one thing: blood flow. Specifically, healthy, strong, unrestricted blood flow to all the right places. And where does that blood flow come from? Your cardiovascular system, your heart, your arteries, your circulation. So when you have high blood pressure, high cholesterol, stiff arteries, or poor circulation, which, by the way, are incredibly common after 60, your body literally can't deliver the blood it needs to support healthy, intimate function. Think about it like this. If you've got a garden hose that's kinked, clogged, or weakened, the water isn't going to flow properly. It doesn't matter how much water you have in the tank, if the hose is blocked, nothing's getting through. That's what's happening inside your body when your cardiovascular health is neglected. Now, here's where the emotional side of this comes in. Most men don't realize how deeply connected their confidence, their mood, and their sense of self are to their intimate health. When things aren't working the way they used to, it's not just physical, it's mental, it's emotional. It affects how you see yourself, how you interact with your partner, how you move through the world. And the worst part? Most men suffer in silence. They don't talk about it. They don't ask for help. They just accept it and move on. But here's what I want you to understand. Improving your cardiovascular health can directly improve your intimate health. It's not a maybe, it's a guarantee. So what does that look like practically? First, if you're not already tracking your blood pressure and cholesterol, start now. Get a home blood pressure monitor, schedule a checkup, know your numbers. Second, focus on circulation boosting activities. Walking, swimming, stretching, anything that gets your blood moving consistently. Even 20 minutes a day makes a massive difference. Third, pay attention to your diet. Foods rich in nitrates like beets, spinach, arugula help your body produce nitric oxide, which relaxes and widens your blood vessels. Better blood vessels mean better blood flow. Better blood flow means better function. And finally, if you're on medications that affect blood pressure or circulation, talk to your doctor about how they might be impacting your intimate health. Sometimes a simple adjustment can make all the difference. Bottom line, your heart and your intimate health are connected. Take care of one, and you'll take care of the other. Mistake number 2, not addressing sleep quality and its direct impact on testosterone. Now, let's talk about mistake number 2, and this is one that sneaks up on men because it doesn't feel related at all. But trust me, it is. Mistake number 2 is ignoring the quality of your sleep and not realizing how directly it affects your testosterone levels. Here's what most men don't know. Your body produces the majority of its testosterone while you sleep, specifically during deep, restorative sleep cycles. So when you're not sleeping well, whether that's because of sleep apnea, frequent waking, restless legs, anxiety, or just poor sleep habits, your body literally can't produce the testosterone it needs to maintain healthy, intimate function, energy, muscle mass, or mood. And after 60, sleep becomes even more important because your natural testosterone production is already declining. If you're not giving your body the chance to produce what it can, you're fighting an uphill battle. Let me paint a picture for you. Imagine a man, let's call him Robert. Robert is 64. He's active, eats relatively well, doesn't smoke, and drinks occasionally. But for the past few years, he's been waking up 3 or 4 times a night to use the bathroom. He goes back to sleep, but it's broken. Light sleep. He wakes up feeling tired, he drags through the day, and over time, he notices his energy is low, his mood is flat, and his intimate health practically non-existent. Robert thought it was just age, but when we ran some tests, his testosterone levels were in the basement. And the primary reason? His sleep quality was destroying his body's ability to produce testosterone. Now, here's the emotional reality of this. When your testosterone is low, you don't just lose physical function. You lose motivation. You lose drive. You lose the sense of vitality that makes you feel like yourself. And for men, that can be devastating. But here's the hope. Improving your sleep can bring your testosterone back. So let's talk about how. First, if you're waking up frequently to urinate, that's often a prostate issue and it's treatable. Talk to your doctor about medications or lifestyle changes that can reduce nighttime urgency. Second, if you snore heavily or wake up gasping, you might have sleep apnea. This is a big one. Sleep apnea doesn't just disrupt your sleep, it lowers your oxygen levels, increases inflammation, and tanks your testosterone. Get tested. A CPAP machine might sound inconvenient, but the difference it makes is life-changing. Third, establish a real bedtime routine. Turn off screens an hour before bed. Keep your room cool and dark. Avoid heavy meals and alcohol late at night. Your body needs consistency and the right environment to produce deep sleep. And finally, consider magnesium supplementation. Magnesium helps relax your muscles, calm your nervous system, and support deeper sleep cycles. It's safe, inexpensive, and effective for most men. Here's the bottom line. Your sleep is not a luxury. It's a biological necessity. And if you want your testosterone, your energy, and your intimate health to improve, you have to prioritize it. Mistake number 1, staying silent and not communicating with your partner or doctor. All right, here we are. Mistake number 1. And this is the big one. the one that quietly undermines everything else. Mistake number one is staying silent. Not talking to your partner, not talking to your doctor, not talking to anyone. Let me tell you something I've seen over and over in my 12 years of practice. The men who struggle the most are the ones who suffer in silence. They don't bring it up with their partner because they're embarrassed. They don't talk to their doctor because they think it's not medical enough or they're afraid of being dismissed. They convince themselves that they should just man up and deal with it. And you know what happens? Nothing. Nothing changes. The problem gets worse. The frustration builds. The relationship suffers. And the man ends up feeling isolated, ashamed, and hopeless. But here's the truth. Intimate health is health, period. It's not vanity. It's not selfish. It's not inappropriate. It's a core part of your physical, emotional,